everyone, welcome to this Teacher Tip Thursday on Mediascape. I'm Nikki White. I'm a multimedia technician in CTAT, which stands for the Center for Teaching Arts and Technology. And this is Robert.
Hey everybody, Robert Benson. I'm the Director of Library Services for Roane State Community College, and really happy to be here. I always love partnering the library with CTAT, and I'm especially enthusiastic about today's webinar. The Mediascape has been a joint project between the library and the Center for Teaching Arts and Technology, and I'm excited about it because it represents the direction that I want your library to go. I've been library director for like 6-7 years now, and in my time in that position, what I've been really working hard on is making sure that we have the resources that researchers and learners need wherever they are. And so we've had a major emphasis on electronic resources, and we've bought all these ebooks and all these databases and these great journal collections, streaming video, and all this great richness, all this stuff, so that people can access and use library stuff from wherever they are. But during that process, being very mindful of the fact that the library as a place is still a very important thing. And so when we look at the library and we try to figure out what does the place of the library need to be, we know that the library always needs to be a place for people who need concentration, who need some privacy maybe, or a place to find focused thought.
Yeah.
But increasingly, as our classrooms ask for more collaboration for students, more group projects, more active learning, I want your library to be a place where people can come together and collaborate. And so that's what the Mediascape is for me. That's why the library is so excited about having it. And so if you're a student at Roane State and you're watching the webinar, I want you to feel very invited to join us and use this in whatever way meets your need. And we'll talk around that a little bit. But today is a special invitation to Roane State faculty and employees because this is a tool that I think can be very useful when you're thinking about the way that your students want to work and the way that you want them to work. There are new ways for people to collaborate now using technology, and the Mediascape is one good example of a powerful tool to do that. So.
And a fun reason for us to get together, the library and CTAT work together to provide support. CTAT's more focused on the technical side, but we also like talking about teaching different types of technology, different types of way to collaborate, different types of ways to get together. And so when this idea of the Mediascape came up, and we'll get into what that actually is and what that means, it was an opportunity for us to partner with the library to offer a service to our students where maybe we could extend that space to you and give you a new way of working together on your project. So hopefully you'll take a look at it, and if you don't mind, we'll go forward and show you what this is all about. So if you look at this image here, this is the Mediascape. This is what we're talking about. And so really we have an opportunity for students to come together around this table. We have 2 flat screen televisions hung up on this back wall. There is a well. That is this area right here in the center. These little flaps open up, and inside are little adapters, these little pucks where you can connect different devices. So this is really a BYOD platform. You can bring in your own personal device. Bring your own device. You can bring in a laptop, you can bring in a tablet, you can bring in a phone, and then you can connect it and share it on different monitors. So you can see here Molly has one device connected on the right side and Matthew has another device connected on the left side. They're able to pull up their separate screens to talk about the project that they're working on together and to collaborate, so that it's not just we're going to squeeze over this laptop, we're going to squeeze over this tablet or your phone for the resource that you've pulled up, but we can actually share it up on the screen so it's easier for a group to discuss the different things that may be involved in the project you're working on.
I think that's one of the major benefits of the Mediascape in particular, is that comfort and that the ease of being able to be around digital media and see it and view it easily, to be able to share quickly in a pretty intuitive, but also a very sort of low stress way. There's not a lot of controls to operate. There's not a lot of complicated things to do.
You just plug it in and it's up there.
It's just up there, and so being able for everybody to have the same perspective on a screen, I think, changes the dynamic and makes a conversation a lot easier and a lot faster. One quick point though is the table is built to support the bring your own device model, and we certainly encourage you to do that if you have a device. But for those of you who don't have a device, or you're concerned that your students may not all have a device, the other nice thing about this unit being in the library is that the library has a collection of laptops as well as iPads. And both of those do check out directly to students. So you could send a group down to the library, and they can bring their own gear, or if they didn't have it, they could check that out from the library and use it at the table as well.
That's so wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing more and more students on campus who have their own smartphone or their own tablet. And how many times do you have a conversation and something comes up and you're just not sure, and you do a quick search, and you need that clarification? Well, if you're in this environment, if you're working with the Mediascape, then you have an opportunity to display that resource and share it so that you can really drill down and make sure that the points that you're trying to pull into a project or a presentation are accurate, and you can cite that and share it with everyone who you're collaborating with. So I think it's a really good opportunity to be able to discuss in a different way.
Absolutely. I think that the primary user so far has been, we have an anatomy and physiology study group that meets religiously 2-3 times a week. They're very dedicated. They're a little family. And we know that students are more successful when they build those study families. And just by watching them, what I've seen is being able to easily share and just all see the same screen and search quickly gets rid of all of those little pauses where you're going, well, it's the thing that looks like this. It's all of that kind of gets cleared out. There's a reason why the Mediascape is used a lot in corporate settings. This is actually a technology that's fairly new to higher ed. My understanding is that Roane State is the first, I take this back, the second community college in the TBR system to have a Mediascape. To my knowledge, us, Walter State, and UT Knoxville are the three in the eastern side of the state that have the station. And these come to us from corporate boardrooms because it's just an easy way for people to work. So as our students get used to collaborating with this technology, some of them are going to start seeing these creep out into their professional lives as well.
Oh, absolutely. To get that experience and be familiar with this technology while you're going through college, and then being familiar with it so that when you enter the workplace, it's not a new technology. But it's very simple to use. So, really you're bringing different devices and just plugging them in. And let me show you PC, Mac, either one will connect. If you are using an iOS device, such as an iPad or an iPhone, that will also connect, and you can display that up on the screens. We're currently working on getting Android devices to display. There's more variety in Android, and so it's a little bit more research testing out to get this to display. So we're currently trying to get that sorted out so that all devices can be displayed on the Mediascape. And like we said, this is for our students. This is really so that our students have an opportunity to collaborate and use this space. That's who it's designed for.
Yeah, just a quick word. The project that we've been working on to get the Mediascape is associated with our engaged learning environment, which is also on the first floor of the Harriman Library. And the funds that were used to do that were a combination of some special, dedicated grant funds, as well as technology access fee dollars. And so one of the main things that I want everyone who watches this webinar, when they ask, who is this for, it's for everybody at Roane State. But particularly when I see students looking at it and scratching their heads, and they say, their first question is always, what is this?
Yeah.
And so we describe it, and they get real excited about it, but they don't want to touch it. And I say, it's okay, this belongs to you.
Yeah, this is for you.
Yeah, so we want the students to know, you guys, this is for you. You have permission to use this. This is yours.
Absolutely. And as you just mentioned, it's on the first floor of the library on the Harriman campus.
which is a great place for it because it's right next to the Coke machine and also the vending machine. So
Snacks and drinks are available right there.
That's right.
During regular business hours for the library, you can see the hours right there, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 6:30, Fridays, 8 to 4:30.
Yeah, and those are our normal hours during the semesters. In the summertime, we are 8 to 4:30. So if you feel the need to collaborate at 5 o'clock in the summertime, we need to go to Plan B.
Yeah, let us know. We'll work something out.
This is brand new to us, so we're really just we've gotten all of the connectors together and all that, and it's working great. So we're in a position now where we really want to see a lot of use. Right now, in terms of signing up for it, you don't need to. It's first come, first serve. So you can walk into the library, take a look. If there's no one using it, you don't have to ask anybody. Just sit down and use it. If you need connectors, there are several different connectors that, depending on which device you've got.
Mm-hmm.
We have those at the front desk as well, so you can check those out from the library along with laptops or iPads if you need to.
Excellent.
But you don't have to ask anybody to use it. But I will say that if you need help using it, we want you to ask because we'd love to show you.
Yeah.
So, just back to the idea of, why did we do this? And Nikki had mentioned the bring your own device model earlier, and that is increasingly what we see in the library already. Are students who are building their own study groups at tables or on couches or just kind of awkward places where they have a mix of devices. They have laptops, MacBooks, and then somebody's got one of those giant phones. So
is it a phone? Is it a tablet? I don't know. It's both. Tablet, yeah.
So we want people to be able to use the devices that are familiar to them and that they're comfortable with.
Yeah. All right. And so how does it work? We kind of mentioned that you just plug it in. You basically connect your device, and then there's a little puck here. And in the center, you just tap which monitor you want it to go to. So right now, this particular setup has 2 monitors. So you either tap 1 or you tap 2, and that's the one that it projects to. This is what it actually looks like at on the Mediascape in the Harriman Library. And we also have an example of what it looks like when you connect your device. So you can see here's an iPad. Now these, the pucks that come out, one side has VGA and one side has HDMI. Those are intended to connect to laptops, either Mac or PC. And so if you have a device like a tablet, or if you have a newer MacBook that has a different connector, then that's where those adapters and where the dongles, I guess, come into play. And that's this white thing right here. You can see that we have the iOS Lightning adapter. So that's for the newest iPads and iPhones. We also have the 30-pin adapter. That's going to be the older one. So if you have the first generation through, I believe it's the 4th gen.
Well, and I should say, I wonder, have we tested this on a first generation iPad? We may want to go back and see if it can mirror. But the second up through the 4th have the 30-pin connector,
And then you'll see here, this is HDMI. Most laptops that have come out in the last 2-3 years are going to have HDMI. Almost all PCs are going to have this VGA port right here. So if you're not sure what those are or what that means, you're welcome to ask for assistance, and we can help you in figuring out how to connect your device. And like Robert said, if you need any assistance, the librarians are there to help you out. CTAT's located upstairs on the 2nd floor of the library. So if something comes up, we're happy to come down and provide that assistance. But you have plenty of people who are here for you who would like to provide that assistance and see you use the multimedia. I want to say Multimediascape because I'm a multimedia tech. The Mediascape. And we're just excited to have it, and we hope to see more people using it in the future.
So, around the idea of needing help, I do want to give a shout out to the folks in CTAT. The library team is great, and I love the folks I work with. I appreciate the opportunity to partner daily with the CTAT folks as well. If you need technical help, like I said, the librarians and CTAT can help you. But if you're out there and you're wondering how to use this or why you might want to use this, or you're thinking about how does collaboration fit in the way that I teach my classes, that would be a great time to come to CTAT and talk to them about specific assignments that you're working on or just some learning goals that you have for your students. Because one of the expertises that CTAT brings to the table is the ability to help teachers find new ways to address the content and help students engage with the material. And so if you just need help brainstorming assignments that would be beneficial in a collaborative environment, I know they'd be happy to help with that as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Great. Do you all have any questions for us on the Mediascape? I hope to see more people out there and test it out. Bring your own device. If you don't have a device, make sure you just go up to the front desk and let them know that you need something to check out for a little bit, and they'll be happy to help you.
absolutely.
And like Darren said here in the chat, it's really super easy to use. Thanks, Darren. Great. Well,
Very
thank you
good.
so much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Very good. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.